Waiting, waiting, waiting. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Live stream for you. Live and direct from Oxidean Studios. Oxidean Studios. I love doing little accents. Live and direct from Oxidean Studios. We got the Magnum 44 in the house. Check us out. Magnum 44. To even the scope. What's up now, boy? Oh, we've got a taker join along. Hold on 1 second, guys. I actually had to tighten up my belt because my pants were falling down. Bear with me. I'm back. I'm back with all this beauty. I'm back with all this beauty now, boy. Check it out. Now check this out. Check it out. Check out all this beauty and splendor. What's up now, boy? Look at that thing. This thing is so tits. So incredibly tits. So rad. I just got a gallon of fuel for it, too. That blower just kills me. It is a blower. It is a functioning blower. Yep. Blew that thing now, boy. That's right. I set up all the hardware. I set it up like Cracker Box. It's subsurface, but it's also surface. That's so close to the transom that prop is going to pierce the surface for sure. But I can also raise the strut a little bit. It's real close to the keel. Real close. I can raise it right onto the keel. And it will for sure be a surface drive. But it'll also be somewhat subsurface. And I've seen a Cracker Box like that before. I actually raced. Hey, what's up, Jim Motes? Thanks, man. You actually won a championship with a Cracker Box that was surface drive because it said in the rules. Oh, thanks, Scaleworks. Thanks, man. That thing, this thing sure is a thing of beauty. I will give it that. I will give it that. You know, while I got you guys here, I want to do something cool. You know what? I actually need to grab my glasses. Come with me for a second. Let me get my glasses. See, this is how you get to live when you're not married. Sorry, guys, I'm texting my... Yeah, so check this out. This is what I wanted to show you, gentlemen. Now, some of you guys have seen this before. I mean, look at this thing, right? Now, I'm going to turn the crank a little bit for you guys. Hand turn the crank. Awesome, man. Yeah, you can't lose with our props. You know what I mean? For sport, for my aluminum CNC props, for sport, they're great, dude. Now check this out, guys. I've got to actually order some new ones of these valve cover tees. Here's another valve cover tee. Another valve cover tee. I'll back the camera off so you guys can get a big picture of what I'm doing. Taking these valve cover tees, they're neat. These things are so neat. Now check this out, guys. Not everybody's seen this. But this thing, look at that. Voila. These are tiny little roller rockers. And I do have to adjust the valves. Some people have seen, but I've done it so many times that I can actually jiggle them and feel that like these valves all feel good. I mean, I have to turn the crank to really check them, but I can tell when they're way out of whack. See, I'm turning the crank right now. You can see the rockers moving and pushing the valves. Checking that valve. The lash. Yeah, the valve lash seems good. It's almost like the valve lash is taking a set. Any of my performance boat or performance car guys know what I mean by when the valves take a set. Like when you run solid lift or cam on a performance engine, you got to check the valve lash often. You know what I mean? I had Jessel shaft mount roller rockers, and those go in like Can-Am cars. You know what I mean? And like road cars. So you can't be you those cars go a lot of miles without checking the valves. You know what I mean? But and eventually the valves they'll take a set, and they don't move as much anymore. And that's what it seems like these have done, because when this engine was first built, the valves at each run, the valves would get way out of whack on both sides. You know what I mean? But now they don't get so out of whack, and I think that's rad. I think that's totally awesome. I might, as much as I don't like using Loctite, I might try Loctite on the valve adjuster nuts. Adjuster nuts. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get me a pointer. 50% pointer. There it is. There it is. Get me a pointer. And I do stick a little feeler gauge under there to do the valve lash. It is rad. It's got little valve springs. Yeah, and these are roller rockers. There's a little ball bearing right there. Way detailed. Yeah, I've been all up in this engine. You know what I mean? I've taken this whole valve train apart, you know, and assembled it. But what's going on is one of these studs right here, I don't know if it's stripped or not, but one of the T's doesn't go well on it. Oops. See, that's why this boat almost needs a work cover. Because coming near it with wrenches and stuff, this paint is beautiful. This is simulated wood. Dude, this is airbrushed. Just imagine, this is airbrushed. This is not real wood. It is airbrushed like this. Solid cam lifters. You got that right, Scaleworks. Solid cam lifters. And look at the rail kit. Doesn't that look so realistic? Then the first thing I fabbed up was the rail kit. I love rail kits in boats for some reason. I really should have railed this thing all the way up to here, because the full-size one is railed all the way up to the front. But me, with my drag boat experience, excuse me, in my mind, all I can think is the rail system in the back. But some drag boats, I know a few drag boats that are really light, that are railed all the way front to back. I like that too. Stringer reinforcement all the way front to back. Yeah. We'll put this valve cover back on because that's just how I am with this thing. I don't really like leaving things delinquent and or loose. Yeah, this project, it's not a rush project. Right now, I've got customer boats to do. And my work ethic, the way it constitutes, I got to get these customers boats. This is my fun boat. This is a pleasure project for me. We don't even sell this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll build this one. I'd build one of these for someone for the right price. But it's not going to be a low price. It's not going to be cheap because, as again, anyone that's followed, there has been a lot of work and thought put into this one. Because this one's going to actually work. And it's going to do it soon. Yeah, I don't know if it's the T or if it's the stud that's stripped. No, that one goes on well. But this one does not go on well. This one gives me a hard time. Huh. It's threading well right now, though. Yes. Hell yeah. That's great. So what's going on with this? There's nothing really holding this project back. I've got all the cables. I'm literally waiting for a prop nut because I used a cable other than ours, a reverse wind cable, and it's from Bonsai Racing, and they have a different size prop nut than ours, a different thread than what we use, and so I'm waiting on a prop nut from them, and once that prop nut comes, I have every part to make this boat run, and I'm pretty excited. But before I do that, I'm going to set up the drivetrain, and I'm going to bench run it a few more times and break in the drivetrain, and also we'll do a little more carb tuning. I'm not getting enough smoke out of these back two pipes, and I think it's because this second of these dual carbs I think it's running too lean. I need to fatten it up a bit, richen her up some. But this puke tank looks so cool because it looks like a dry sump sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said before, I'm thinking about painting these servos silver because it just will bling everything out. I like the whole chromed out look of this thing. I might even, man, I would love to just put chrome valve covers on this thing too but the only thing is the full size Naughty Wood has red valve covers like this. But this engine all chromed out, top to bottom, would look teats. Absolutely teats, gentlemen. Teats. But, check that out. But the main purpose of this live stream was to bust out, show you guys a Magnum 44 unmolested, because I'm about to molest this thing. This is for a build that's going to Hong Kong, actually, or at least it's for a gentleman that's in Hong Kong. I hate hatch locks, just for the record. I hate hatch locks. Isn't she lovely? Purdy. Our Oxidean 300 amp ESCs bolted down. Bolted down. 1650 kV, 6-pole motors. What does something like this cost? You mean the V8 boat? The V8 boat's north of 10 grand. The motor goes for like 6,500 or 5,500 in itself, and the hull is all custom. The paint is 1,500, and there's a lot of custom fabrication in that thing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hours of fabrication. These things, they're priceless. That's why you rarely see anyone sell even like the cars that are done like that. It's just, it's a hell of a project. You know what I think I'm gonna do while I've got you guys? All this stuff has to come out, and I'm gonna start taking it out with you guys on the phone. That's not the right size driver. So these ESCs are actually bolted in. With these cap screws. These tools actually kind of suck, but I kept seeing them online. And I went to a trade show, and one of the vendors had them. So I tried them out. But pretty soon, actually in the next couple weeks, I'm going to treat myself. I keep telling myself I'm going to treat myself to one hell of a set of tools. We've got great tools. Our Oxidean tools are cool. But there's another level. Power terminals have been removed. I hardly ever get to show you guys me actually working on something because I don't have anyone to hold the freaking camera while I'm doing it. But right now, a lot of this work I can do one-handed, and I'm doing it for you. You know what I'm going to do before I get these completely unbolted? I'm going to pop these water lines. Show you guys just how quick, with my techniques, I tear one of these boats down. I'm doing this with one hand. There it goes. There it goes. One more button. One more button. Just remove this one. Peel it off the safe and sane, civilized way. Okay. Put these hoses to the side. Remove the CSC. Remove these wires. Remove the CSC. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We don't play around here. We build boats. Okay. How I like to tackle these is to take a driver. A lot of times I have to loosen them up with an L wrench first, but sometimes I can get away with just coming in here. Like this time I will. It's a little clumsy holding the phone and keeping it positioned while doing this, but you know what? It's just a skill I'm going to develop because I think it's cool. I like working on this thing in front of you guys. Shit. Someone's here. Hold on. Don't mind that, guys. Some whatchamacallit just showed up. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot to pull the hoses on the motor. Forgot to pull the hoses on the motor. That's not a problem. It's not going to be an issue. That is not. Like I said, hold on. I need 2 hands to do this real quick. Pull that. Pull that hose. Okay. Sorry about that. Got the rotation off. Now, remove the motor. We got that motor out. I don't like to have these accumulate in the boat while I'm working on them, so I like to pull these out too. Just like to keep the environment as clean as possible, as neat as possible, as less excess stuff as possible. That screw is loose. Yes. Okay. Hoses, remove them, remove. These bag out of the way, and oh, got a little bit of screw left. A little bit of screw left, and it's time to remove the motor. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, guys. Remove the motor. Voila. We got the motors and ESCs out in that shorter time. Now, I'm going to remove all these pedestals that the ESCs were mounted on, turn this boat over, and reinforce the motor mounts with epoxy. But yeah, I was just showing you guys firsthand how I get down. Here's another glimpse of the V8 boat. I got to go get my DoorDash, guys, but you guys have stuck with me for about a half hour. So I appreciate that, and I will see you guys soon.